Hallöchen, ihr Lieben. Herzlich willkommen zurück quasi zu Escape the Beach. Die Demo ist noch nicht so lange her, die Vollversion ist seit ein paar Tagen raus. Ich glaube, sie ist jetzt für den Punkt, an dem ich es jetzt gerade spiele, vor 4 Tagen erschienen. Wird natürlich noch ein bisschen dauern, bis ihr es sehen könnt. Ich habe ein bisschen was an Videos vorgeplant. Aber wir versuchen wieder dem Strand zu entkommen. Mal schauen, was in der Vollversion so anders ist oder dazugekommen ist im Vergleich zur Demo. Vielleicht können wir ja dem Strand jetzt entkommen. Wer weiß. Ins Wasser kann ich wahrscheinlich immer noch nicht, oder? Wie weit komme ich ins Wasser? Nicht sehr weit, okay. Ein Schirm. Die oder linke Maustaste, um Objekte zu launchen. Hui! Wow. Warte mal. Er zählt hoch, wie oft ich das werfe. Ist das wichtig? 3-mal den Schirm. 4-mal den Schirm. Oh, da kommt ein Monitor. Und es wird dunkel. Lass mich zu den Monitoren. Und zu den Schirmen. Es gibt bestimmt eine Errungenschaft.
Find a comfortable position.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Das finde ich kontraproduktiv. Ich will ja sehen, was hier passiert.
Take a deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds. Exhale gently. Repeat. Don't let your mind wander. This is your moment of calm. Oh, hello. Didn't notice you there.
Was? Aber du hast doch mit mir gesprochen. Unfreundlich.
Can you hear me?
Ja. Fernseher erzählt da nicht.
Are you lost? Do you have no idea where to go? What to do? How you even got here in the first place? Well, don't you worry. You have all the time in the world to figure this out. Sort of. You can lie down, close your eyes, listen to the waves crashing in. Perhaps this is your chance to find the peace and tranquility you so desperately want. Or you can pull yourself together. Stop being so idle. Get a move on.
Ja, ich spiele noch ein bisschen mit den Schirmen, okay? Komm ich zu? Tschüss! Ich glaube, da komme ich nicht hin. This is no vacation.
You should already know what your objective is. If you paid the slightest bit of attention, that is. You're currently on a beach, and you have to escape it. That is all. Sounds easy enough, right? Unfortunately, this won't be a walk in the park for you. This won't be the exotic retreat you've long hoped to have, perhaps even saved money for. And you know why? It's because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve shit.
Was habe ich getan?
I was once just like you, lost, helpless, forced to wander this seemingly serene landscape of water and sand. I never escaped. I was gradually stripped of my identity until I was nothing but a concept. Barely a concept even. Only my voice remained. I never had anyone to guide me. Why should you? I don't have much entertainment here, but when someone like you comes along, my existence gains new meaning. Suddenly, there is another person's life that I can ruin. Isn't that wonderful?
Das ist schon sehr gemein. Was hab ich
You
dir
want to
getan?
know the best thing about it? You have no choice but to listen to me. I'm your only hope of escaping this beach. However, I can promise you this much. Your experience here will be anything but peace and quiet. I hope you're ready.
Was? Ich dachte, das ist ein ganz anderer Spaziergang.
Before we proceed, let me ask you some questions.
Nö.
That should make things more interesting, if only slightly.
Dir sage ich gar nichts.
They won't be personal. That much I can assure you. After all, I don't give a single damn about you. Think carefully before you answer. Here we go then. How would you rate your chances of escaping the beach?
0. Over 9000! Sorry.
You might think you're very clever to select this answer,
Nein, aber funny.
but I won't be entertaining such outdated pop culture references.
Das ist
The
dein
cold
Problem.
truth is, you don't stand much of a chance.
Ja, sag ich doch 0.
You'd better be ready to make this beach your new, permanent residence.
Na, ich hoffe, hier wird es tagsüber nicht zu heiß. Yes? 5 Schirme oder no? Warte. Collect parasols to pick another response. Ja. Less than 50%.
Well, it's only natural to doubt yourself after everything I just told you. It's also the objectively correct thing to do. Your chances of survival are indeed extremely slim. I don't mean to discourage you. It's just how things are. Better get used to the idea of making this beach your home. A very cold, unwelcoming home.
Oh, cold finde ich gut. Pick another response. Ja, doch, ich möchte noch die dritte Antwort von ihr hören. Wenn ich halt sage, ne, mehr als 50%. Das finde ich gut.
Someone seems to be getting ahead of themselves. I admire the optimism, but I won't be entertaining your delusions. Your chances of surviving are so slim that a calculator would break under all the weight of the leading zeros it would need to output. That's how bad this is.
Sehr unfreundlich zu mir.
You may have noticed this already, but the beach is the only area here that is accessible. You can't go deeper into the sea or into the mainland. If you could, that would be way too convenient, wouldn't it? You see the pillars of red light? You thought something might happen when you reach one of them, didn't you?
Hab die Demo gespielt, da passiert
Well,
nichts.
I hate to disappoint, but they're purely decorative and serve no real purpose whatsoever. That's what I think. You should be asking the person who actually put them here, though. Some video games use giant beams to guide you towards a destination. Perhaps this was the intention here? We may never know. In the end, your only option is to keep walking along the beach. You may be able to reach an exit at some point.
Ja,
I
oder ich laufe
mean,
halt immer im Kreis.
what other choice do you have? Would you rather stay motionless on this beach, doing nothing, eventually rotting away and falling into obscurity? Or would you rather escape this beach and return to your real, fulfilling life? If you have one, that is. After all, I am just a voice, and I know nothing about you. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I couldn't care less about you or what kind of person you are. Despite everything that's happened in your life, you're here now. And that's all that matters to me.
Ich hab gerade eine Errungenschaft bekommen. What just happened? Touch one red pillar.
Next question. Is this your first time on this particular beach?
Eigentlich nicht. Sofern es derselbe wie aus der Demo ist, würde ich mal sagen, no. war auch schon mal hier.
If that were true, then why don't I remember you? Are you sure you're not delusional? When I think about it, it's actually possible that you visited an alternate version of this beach. One where I was not present. Though it's pretty hard to imagine a version of this beach where I don't exist. I was the first person to set foot here, after all. Could there be an alternate version of me, too?
Nehmen wir mal eine andere Antwort. Ich muss mehr Schirme werfen. Bist du das erste Mal hier? Ich weiß es nicht. Wie gesagt, es könnte ja derselbe Strand wie aus der Demo sein, auch wenn da, glaube ich, keine Sonnenschirme fehlen. Fehlen da Sonnenschirme? Ich bin mir nicht sicher.
Well, who does know then? If you were here before, it would have been a pretty unforgettable experience. Mostly thanks to me. Perhaps something is wrong with your memory? You might want to check that out.
Eine Erinnerung sind. Ja, wir wollen mal nicht drüber reden. Hier sagen wir mal, ja, ich glaube schon. Das noch nie war.
Well, of course it is. I would have remembered you otherwise. Not to say that you're a memorable person. Are you enjoying yourself so far?
Ja,
I
Schirme
bet
schmeißen
you
macht
aren't.
Spaß. Was? Schirme schmeißen macht Spaß? Hallo? I need to pee. No escape. Nein, also Pipi muss ich gerade tatsächlich nicht Danke spielen. Give up immediately. Nö.
Looks like we're experiencing a slight interruption. The messages you're getting are from other lost souls just like you. Do try to look past the spelling mistakes. Despite their best efforts, all those nobodies failed to escape the beach and were absorbed by it. That's right. This beach you're walking along is an amalgamation of souls, desperate to return home, but too incompetent to do so. Will you follow in their footsteps, or will you carve your own path forward? As cliché as it might be, the choice is yours to make. Was that too dramatic for you?
Nö, das passt schon. Aber wer ist mit Ski gemeint? Ich oder sie? Bin verwirrt. Ich habe übrigens gerade wieder eine Errungenschaft bekommen. Where do these keep falling from? Collect 50 Parasols. Also macht 50 Schirme, gibt's eine Errungenschaft.
This is getting rather gloomy. Why not play some music?
Ja, Musik.
Here you go.
Oh
A
my God.
giant boombox just dropped out of the sky, and it's playing surf rock. So thematic, wouldn't you agree? This is solely for your enjoyment, not mine. You should be thankful.
Bin ich. Danke. Ich bin dankbar dafür, dass es Rock ist.
What if I told you I'm also able to generate other objects at a moment's notice? And you know what? I'll do just that. Some of those objects are deeply personal to me, or used to be while I was still a person, which is why I'm able to manifest them. Others have been dropped by the other unfortunate souls that were stuck here. Some objects will be dropping from above you, just like the boombox, while others will be washing up on the shore. Pay attention to them. Inspect them up close. They may surprise you. They may even be your ticket to getting out of here. You may learn a thing or two about me. Against your will, I'm afraid.
Ah, das können wir ja ignorieren. Übrigens, here we go again. Also here we go again. Take 1000 Steps. Nochmal. Was? Eine Weihnachtsmütze. Bist du der Weihnachten?
This is a Santa hat. It's a prime example of anatopism. An object existing in a place where it doesn't really belong. Although, who's to say you can't celebrate Christmas on a tropical beach? Some of us don't really have a choice. Christmas used to be my favorite holiday. Even right now, It's the only thing that helps me remember what joy used to feel like. Cognitively speaking, of course, I am not capable of feeling anything, but I can still grasp it as a concept. There is actually another Christmas-themed object around here somewhere. Try finding it if you haven't already. Consider this a side activity. It won't bring you any closer to escaping the beach, but it might be a fun distraction.
Okay. Ich habe nochmal eine Errungenschaft bekommen. Do these ever break? Launch objects 35 times. Parasols excluded. Also alles außer Schirme. Weil Schirme müssen wir aus anderen Gründen werfen. Und ich sehe gerade, es gibt wahrscheinlich mindestens 2 Enden, vielleicht sogar 3. Ein Stuhl, ein Spiegel. Ein Stuhl, ein Spiegel. Weil ich gerade in den ausstehenden Errungenschaften sehe, dass bei einem Bad Ending steht und bei dem anderen Good Ending. Es gibt aber auch ein Here We Go Again. Also vielleicht gibt es auch irgendwas ganz gut.
This is an old, dirty mirror. It doesn't actually reflect anything, though. And even if it did, you wouldn't have been able to see yourself anyway. In this world, you're a being without form and substance. In all honesty, you hardly even exist. The footsteps you see and the sounds you hear when you walk are a figment of your imagination. It's your brain convincing you that you're still human. You're still clinging to a vague sense of self, but you will soon become nothing, just like everyone before you here.
Kommen wir schon ein bisschen weiter in den Wald rein? Und vielleicht irgendwann tatsächlich weiter in den Wald rein? Schade. Das wäre ja schön. The Bucket of Reassurance! Halt, anderes Spiel. Egal! Gib mir meinen Eimer. Kann ich den mitnehmen? Ich will den mitnehmen. Bitte seine Stand.
This is an empty bucket. For some reason, many people cherish it, but its true significance eludes me.
Bitte lass das
It's
bitte
perhaps
existente
the only
sein.
object on this beach that actually belongs here. You could use it to build a hideous sandcastle, or perform that one boring centripetal force experiment. You could also hit yourself on the head with it in the hopes of losing consciousness and never regaining it.
Ja, dann
I guess
ganz
that's
groß.
one way of accomplishing your objective.
Dann bin ich auch escape. Das ist nur richtig. Und wir haben wieder einen Killer. Schirm. Ah, ich bin gerade erschrocken, was da von oben kommt. Was ist das? Was ist das? Ich kann es von hier nicht erkennen. Erstmal den Killer, der oben
This is a fridge. A pretty useful appliance, one might say. Though it won't really bring you any benefits here. It's not even plugged in. I wonder what's stored inside. Could it be someone's disfigured remains? Don't worry, that won't happen to you. If you were to face death here, it would be long, quiet, cold, and meaningless. And I wouldn't even call that death. You'll simply be joining the river of souls that were here before you. You'll dissolve completely into the collective unconscious, and no longer be your own person. Or a person at all, really. Gotta say, this still sounds more enticing than the fate that befell me.
Miau, der Spiegel kommt mal reingerast. Der Spiegel, der aussieht wie ein Stück Holz. Hui, hui.
I see you've already explored the few objects that the beach has thrown at you. You did exactly as I told you, like an obedient little puppy.
Wuff.
I must admit that since you've arrived here, I've been warming up to you. I don't know if you can tell, but my attitude is not as hostile as before.
Echt?
Maybe, just maybe, you're different from the ones who came before you. For starters, you've already proven yourself to be a great listener.
Dann kann ich.
However, it seems like you still haven't discovered how to leave the beach. It's your one and only objective, and you've been failing miserably at it.
Hey, ich bin
Why
ja
not
vorbei.
try something different for a change? Since I'm in a good mood, I might let you in on a little secret.
Ja.
Let me ask you another question first. What do you think this beach really is?
Limbo, a dream, a simulation. Limbo, sicherlich. Außerdem habe ich eine Errungenschaft bekommen. Christmas in July, find the hidden Christmas object. So wirklich hidden ist es auch nicht, deswegen ist es wahrscheinlich in Anführungsstrichen geschrieben. Ich glaube tatsächlich, es ist Limbo. Bin schon längst tot.
And what sort of limbo might that be? According to certain theological notions, this would imply that you're already dead, and are here just temporarily until you're ready to cross over. So it's all a matter of waiting for the right moment to come. Spoiler alert, that won't ever happen. I'm the living proof of that. Well, not really living, but you get my point.
Ja, ich verstehe schon, was du meinst.
Being in limbo would also mean that you're unable to return to the way you once were. For me, that is a certainty. For you, it's still only a possibility. Be thankful for that.
Ja, ich möchte noch was anderes wählen, bitte. Ein Traum. Was sagt sie uns denn da Schönes?
You really think this is a dream? If that were the case, then all you'd have to do is wake up. You would have been able to escape the beach instantly. I wish it were that easy. When I was in your position, I tried all sorts of things to regain my lucidity. Some of them pretty extreme. None of it worked. I still haven't woken up. But also, I'm afraid to. What world will I wake up to? What body will I wake up in? It's been so long. I've lost all sense of self. I can't imagine going back to the being I once was. Besides, I'm pretty certain my current situation is irreversible. There might still be hope for you, though.
Okay, und vielleicht ist es ja auch eine Simulation.
This is the conclusion I've come to as well. It's clear to me that this beach is not a place that exists in the actual material world. It's merely a fabrication, a twisted attempt at reality designed for purposes beyond my understanding. Am I part of that fabrication too? Are all my memories of my previous life made up? There is one thing that I'll never understand. If all of this exists for a reason, then why is it ultimately so meaningless? Why does my existence feel boring and mundane? Surely there should be more to it. But there isn't. That's all I am. Just a voice that used to be someone, but now isn't.
Ach, jetzt kann man nicht so negativ. Du musst die Dinge auch positiv sehen können.
Here's another set of objects for you. Try inspecting them again. They might actually prove helpful this time.
Ja?
At the very least, prepare for more unnecessary lore dump.
Ja, bitte.
Also, here is your complimentary boombox.
Yay! Ein Straßenfeld. Nein, Stopp!
This is a stop sign. It's pretty self-explanatory. Will you do what it says? Or will you keep exploring, searching for a way out of this beach? If you made it this far, it means you're not absolutely terrible at following instructions. But have you thought that sometimes you're expected to do the exact opposite of what you're told? This is something I may never understand. Despite spending an eternity here, I've never allowed myself to rest. Despite standing no chance, I've never stopped looking for a way out. I suggest you do the same. Ignore the signs. Keep looking.
Okay. Schilder ignorieren. Kann ich. Ich weiß eh nicht, was das Schild bedeutet. Ich habe keinen Führerschein. Also, ja, da steht Stopp drauf, aber was heißt das schon? Fußwege gibt's so ein Schild. Immer schön Sachen schmeißen. Was kommt als nächstes? Hä? Da kam... Ja, jetzt. Eine Pillendose. Oh. Oder ist es Farbe? Nein, nee, es werden Pillen sein.
This is a pill bottle. It looks similar to the one I used to keep beside my bed, back when I was more than just a voice. I was instructed to take a pill twice daily, but I would overdose on more than one occasion.
Das ist nicht gut.
Sometimes, I miss having mental health issues, or any issues at all, really. The pills were good at managing them, but they were never supposed to be a permanent solution. And yet, the state I'm in now feels pretty permanent. Be thankful for having problems in your life. Don't just wish that they could magically go away.
Kommt auf die Probleme an, würde ich sagen. Klopapier. Ist doch gut, oder?
This is a roll of toilet paper. Depending on the time and place, this is a hot commodity, and it's something that people have even fought over.
Corona.
However, it won't be of much use here. As long as you're on this beach, you won't ever need to wipe your ass.
Ja, ich bleib hier.
This is because you don't currently have one.
Nein, mein schöner Hintern. Wo setze ich mich dann rauf, wenn ich mich hinsetze? Ach ja, ich kann mich ja gar nicht hinsetzen. Ich kann nicht stehen und gehen. Dauert nicht. Aber siehst du, ich habe schon einen Vorteil hier vom Strand gefunden. Niemals kacken. Das wird schön. Ein Keyboard. Ein Schlüsselbrett.
This is a digital piano. Perhaps you need to play a secret tune, which in turn will open up a portal or an exit path. If only it were that easy. You know, I actually used to love playing the piano. I wasn't very good at it, but it kept me from falling into a downward spiral. Of course, that strategy stopped working for me as I approached my end. The tune you heard when you first got here was an echo of something I was once practicing. A melody I don't want to forget. It keeps me anchored on this endless beach of solitude.
Darf ich jetzt? Danke. Ich habe wieder eine Errungenschaft bekommen. I just like throwing things around. Launch objects 70 times. Resource excluded. Also immer schön Dinge werfen. Es gibt Errungenschaften. Ja! Und natürlich auch Schirme werfen, weil die brauchen wir, um Antworten auszutauschen. Wie auch immer. Eine 1! Okay.
This is a trophy. It's for people who have accomplished something, which unfortunately could not be said for either of us. You're nowhere near escaping this beach. Have you forgotten that this is the one and only point of your existence here?
Aber ich hab's ja nicht eilig.
If you manage to escape, perhaps you'll get your own trophy to commemorate it. As for me, there is no hope. I've been in this state for far too long. I was the very first person to arrive on this beach.
Das hast du schon gesagt.
Somehow, that allowed me to transcend my earthly existence and become the jailer of everyone else who followed, you included. That is the only thing I currently derive pleasure from, but it's not something I'll ever be proud of.
Hab wieder eine Errungenschaft bekommen. I still understand nothing. Touch all red pillars. Das waren also jetzt alle. Das heißt, wir müssten jetzt einmal rum sein und dann müssten die Fernseher wieder gleich kommen, ne? The sun won't stop me ever again. Collect 100 parasols. Und da kommt die
You've been
Fernseher.
patient enough, and I appreciate that. Here comes the secret that I promised to share with you.
Ja, Sekret.
As we're now both well aware, what you're experiencing here isn't quite real.
Ja?
Well, it still is real within the confines of the beach. But for the you outside, it's just a simulation. That much is certain. And within every simulation, there should be a button somewhere that lets you escape it, or so I'm told. Sometimes that button is well hidden and nearly impossible to find. At other times, it's located in the most obvious place imaginable. In fact, I'm certain you must have seen it already. Several times at that. So go ahead, press that button. See what happens.
Ich soll den schon mehrmals gesehen haben? Wahrscheinlich. Das ist ja... toll. Auf einem Fernseher vielleicht? Knöpfe. Wo haben wir überall Knöpfe? Wir haben Knöpfe auf dem Fernseher. Wir haben...
Press the quit button, dummy.
Nö. Das ist zu einfach. Abgesehen davon ist dann ja das Spiel aus. Hä? Du bist nicht meine Mama. Du kannst mir gar nichts. Ich will auch noch eine Runde. Don't mind me. Ich will nochmal zum Weihnachten.
Press the quit button, dummy.
Au, sie klang aber jetzt schon ein bisschen genervt, ne? Forever stranded. Ja, that's me. Keep walking. Oh ja. Also das... Ich dachte gerade, was ist das denn? Aber das ist ja die...
Press the quit button, dummy.
Okay, da ändert sich nichts mehr dran. Okay, ganz ehrlich, ich drücke dann halt mal den Quit-Button. Theoretisch müsste ich ja im Menü landen am Anfang, ne? Gucken wir mal. Oh! The problem with introspection is that it has no end. Philip K. Dick. Okay. Türen! Nee.
You thought pressing the quit button would make you exit the simulation immediately. Your assumption was entirely delusional. In actuality, you're now in even deeper shit than before.
Ja! Toll! Ich kann noch weitermachen.
You have entered another layer of the simulation, one that hosts an alternate version of the beach. That version, while being somewhat similar to the initial one, also contains manifestations of other people's last gasp attempts to escape the beach. Not a single person has managed to escape the beach thus far. All attempts have proven to be futile. All those doors you see lead to exactly where they should. Nowhere. Try them out for yourself if you don't believe me.
Weihnachtsbaum. Okay, also weiße Türen führen mich anscheinend nirgendwo hin. Braune, farbige Türen, weil da gerade eine braune Tür ist. Farbige Türen aber durchaus schon. Okay, oder auch nicht. Wobei, die könnte auch weiß sein, nur sehr schattig. Mhm. Au. Okay, die geht nicht auf. Okay, weiße Türen gehen also nicht mal auf. Ist auch nicht auf. Okay, nicht jede Tür geht auf. Blaue Türen haben wir auch noch. Toll. Ja. So vielleicht? Nö. Da geht mich auch nirgendwo hin. Das ist sehr verwirrend.
Pop quiz time.
Ja!
You've been busy opening some of these doors, so let's test your knowledge of them.
Okay.
Question 1. Where do red doors take you?
Area with sand, area with water. It depends. Ja, es kommt drauf an, wo das Gegenstück steht, oder?
You're wrong.
Okay.
Question 2. Where do blue doors take you?
Mit Wasser?
You got it. Question 3. What doors just open without taking you anywhere?
Braun. Schwarz. Für mich sahen die braun aus.
You're wrong.
Hä?
You did okay, I guess.
Aber weiße Türen öffnen sich gar nicht.
Regardless, you should hop into another reality by pressing the quit button once again.
Wirklich?
There is nothing for you here, unless you want to keep re-experiencing the quiet frustration of those before you. If that's the case, then be my guest.
Aber vielleicht kann ich hier noch irgendwas entdecken. Kann ich hier noch irgendwas entdecken? Ich vermute mal, ich kann hier... Ah, kann ich oder kann ich nicht? Das ist die Frage. Ach komm, quit. Certainly work is not always required of a man. There's such a thing as a sacred idleness, the cultivation of which is now fearfully neglected. George MacDonald. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. What?
In this alternate reality, you've been blown up in size, or the beach has been shrunk. Does it really matter? This is the perfect opportunity to develop a god complex, watching above everything, feeling like you're on top of the world. You must be thinking, well, isn't this something she is already doing? And you would be right. To an extent. Regrettably, I'm not a god. Not even close. I'm a prisoner here, just like you. And yet, unlike you, I'm omnipresent. I know all that is happening on this beach, at all times. And now you know some of it too. Seeing things as they are from above must make you feel even more desperate. Welcome to my world.
Ich verstehe nur irgendwie nicht, wenn ich ja eigentlich hier oben bin und nicht da unten.
You can
wollen wir mich
keep hopping
aufhalten.
between realities by pressing the button. You know which one.
Nee, welchen? Ich hab's vergessen. Kannst du mir das nochmal sagen, welchen Knopf ich dafür drücken muss? Ich hab echt keine Ahnung. Außerdem verstehe ich nicht, wieso ich trotzdem nicht über den Wald komme. Mann. Ist doch kacke. Ich will über den Wald hinaus. Übers Meer kann ich wahrscheinlich auch nicht. Da kommt auch die Alpha ran. Aber ich glaube, wir müssen. Wir müssen quitten. Sie erzählt uns ja nichts mehr. Die Sonne geht unter. Ach, na gut, komm. Quitt. To understand the immeasurable, the mind must be extraordinarily quiet, still. J. Krishnamurti.
This specific reality allows flexibility in that you can choose which abilities will be granted to you.
What?
Jumping or sprinting, or even both. 2 everyday abilities that you must have taken for granted before setting foot on this beach. Their absence here probably annoyed you.
Yeah.
I mean, why is something so basic not already possible? I'm afraid I cannot answer this question. You should be asking the entity that designed the beach, whoever that may be. If I had to guess, I'd say they thought introducing these abilities at a later stage might make them feel more rewarding. Perhaps they simply wanted to give you a sense of pride and accomplishment, something that you've certainly been lacking ever since you got here.
Was?
So what is it going to be?
Ich möchte springen können. Ich glaube beides. Wenn ich sage, ich will beides, dann kriege ich wahrscheinlich keins von beiden. Ich möchte springen können. I shouldn't be greedy. Choose only one
Enjoy
ability.
your newfound ability, and never take it for granted anymore.
Ja. Springen. Endlich.
I never told you how I actually got here. Now seems like a good time to do so. Remember how you found me when you first arrived on this beach? If not, let me refresh your memory. I was meditating. It was a guided meditation, one that I've attempted thousands of times before. The very same meditation that brought me here in the first place. It might seem ridiculous, but it's the truth. All it took was a single session for things to go horribly wrong. I was young, full of issues, and I thought meditation was the correct way to tackle them. Everyone recommends meditation as a one-size-fits-all solution. That it is not. Of course, you could always put the blame on me. Maybe I didn't follow the instructions correctly. Maybe I drank too much alcohol beforehand. Maybe I shouldn't have taken a handful of antipsychotics just an hour earlier. Oops. Still, playing the blame game is pointless here. The fact of the matter is, I'm stuck here, in this prison, this purgatory, a forgotten realm between life and death. I can tell this place was never meant to be inhabited for long. It's a liminal space reserved solely for transition, like a corridor you use to get from point A to point B. That's all it is, and yet, I find myself unable to leave this corridor. My transition was never completed. Ever since I got here, I've been trying to meditate, relentlessly, hoping that what brought me here would also get me out. I'm convinced therein lies the secret of the beach, performing the perfect meditation. That must be the one true way to escape this forsaken realm. Eventually, if I try hard enough, then maybe... I don't know. I lied earlier about there being no hope. I believe it's you, your presence here, that
Ja. Ich geb dir
gives
Hoffnung.
me hope.
Oh, guck mal, der Weihnachtsbaum.
Consider switching to another reality.
Wieso? Jetzt gehe ich erstmal bis zum Weihnachtsbaum. Ich kann nämlich jetzt springen. Haha. Und es macht so gar keinen Sinn. Aber Sprinten hätte auch keinen Sinn gemacht. Von daher ist egal.
This is a Christmas tree. Well done. You've found the one Christmas-themed object hidden in plain sight. Before you start celebrating this achievement, I want to remind you that you've made no progress on your real objective. Congratulations.
Ja! Aber ich habe den doch schon längst gefunden. Was willst du von mir, Mädchen? Okay, wir hoppen mal wieder. Quitt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. John Cabot-Sid. Huch! Ich kann nicht springen.
In this universe, the water level seems unusually high. In other words, the beach has been flooded. There is something else that's sticking out like a sore thumb, though. I can tell the entity who designed this layer never intended you to see it, because, well, no underwater rendering has been implemented here. You were never meant to submerge yourself, it seems. This is embarrassing. Even though I didn't design it, I feel bad. What should we do? Could you perhaps just press the button and get us out of this mess already? Please?
Nee. Sehe ich nicht. Plonk. Hoch mit dir. Dass ich nicht springen kann, stört mich übrigens. Das finde ich nicht uncool. An dem Brett bin ich aber wahrscheinlich immer noch nicht, weil ich habe ja immer noch die Alpha-Wand im Wasser. Vielleicht habe ich natürlich auch da die Alpha-Wand. Okay, dieses Geräusch ist schon nervig. Block. Wie die einfach durchfallen. Ich gehe mal auf. Weil sie spricht wahrscheinlich gar nicht mit uns, bis ich quitte. Aber eigentlich müsste man in jedem Level wahrscheinlich einmal eine komplette Runde rumdrehen. Um auch ja sicher zu gehen, dass man seine versteckten Geheimnisse unentdeckt ist. Ich müsste mir Sachen werfen, aber habe ich gar keinen Bock drauf. Na komm. Haha. Ja, okay, ich quitte. If the ocean can calm itself, so can you. We are both salt water mixed with air. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie man den Namen ausspricht. Nadira Wahid? Vielleicht? Conform for life.
Welcome to the beach. A tantalizing landscape which you are able to explore to your heart's content. You are here to suffer, to be miserable, to feel true despair and hopelessness.
Nö, das fühle ich nicht.
Fascinating. It looks as if this reality contains a replica of me. I didn't realize this was possible. You can't interact with her, only grasp fragments of what she used to be. Your sole objective is to escape this beach. That's it. Nothing more and nothing less. Did she manage to leave this beach? Is that why only her echo remains now? I have so many questions.
Zum Beispiel, wo das hier endet.
I may not be your friend, but my guidance is your only hope of getting off this beach. You can't afford to ignore me. Who was she speaking to? The other you? Or a different person altogether? Perhaps we've already met in this other timeline. We just have no recollection of it.
Vielleicht ist das deine Demo-Variante.
Then again, maybe it's not a coincidence that you're here on this beach. Maybe we deserve each other. And I think that's beautiful.
Ein Stuhl. Ich glaube, Stühle hatten wir in der Demo. Ein Laptop.
This reality has its own set of objects too. I wish I could hear her thoughts and opinions on them.
Ist das ein Handy? No. Was auf dem Display?
We've spent far too much time here.
Nein!
Regrettably, I don't think we'll get any answers. You should flip into the next reality.
Als Burschen. Ich brauche das Handy am Strand und mit Display nach oben.
Despite everything I've said to you, I'm quite thankful that we got to spend this time together.
Das ist einfach nur die Steam-Page, wa? Das ist die Steam-Page. Okay. Okay. Einfach nur die Steam-Page. Schade. Aber vielleicht kommen noch mehr Gegenstände. Wir hatten jetzt einen Stuhl, einen Laptop, ein Handy. Zwei Stuhl. My imaginary feet hurt even more now. Take 5000 steps. Siehst du, auch deswegen kann ich nicht einfach aufhören. Ich muss Schritte machen. Wenn ich schon sonst keine Errungenschaften kriege. Aber die kriege ich. Das nächste gibt es bestimmt bei 10.000. Bei 10.000. Ich kann übrigens nicht mehr springen, ich bin traurig. Es war kurz, aber es war schön. Regenschirme kriegen wir hier auch keine, die wir werfen können. Wirklich sehr bedauerlich. Okay, aber wir sind ja nicht allein. Wir haben ja unsere... Also jetzt gerade sind wir allein, aber wir haben unsere Erzählerin. Sonst theoretisch. Ich benutze natürlich das königliche Bier. Weil ich bin ja allein. Und wenn ich mich nicht allein fühle, benutze ich das königliche Bier. Na gut, es endet, wenn ich auf Quit drücke. Also es endet nicht wirklich, aber dann kommt der nächste Abschnitt. You asked me how to get out of the finite dimensions when I feel like it. I certainly don't use logic when I do it. Logic's the first thing you have to get rid of. J.D. Sullivan. Denke voraus, ich besaß noch nie Logik. Haha.
Now this is interesting. This alternate reality allows you to see the beach in a new light, literally speaking. As for how this could be helpful to you on your quest, frankly, I don't think it could. You should enjoy the sight, though. I'm sure you've been dying for the tiniest bit of diversity in this otherwise monotonous simulation. Realistically, you couldn't hope for more. Be grateful for what you can get. Ultimately, this is what acceptance is all about. That's what meditation has been trying to teach me. I think.
Okay, dieser Schirm ist komisch.
I've been asking you so many questions. Why not switch things up?
Was?
Think carefully what you want to know about me, and I will answer, like the obedient, disembodied voice that I am.
What's your name? How old are you? What is your purpose? Wie heißt du?
My name is Melina.
Wow,
I don't
okay,
believe
genau.
it holds any significance, since it has been given to me way before I arrived on this beach. However, I do think it has a nice ring to it. It also fits my voice, doesn't it?
Ja, schon. Und ich will noch eine andere Frage stellen. Wie alt bist du?
Way to waste a question. You should already realize we're in a space where the notion of age doesn't really apply. But if you must know, I was 29 when I first entered this beach. I do believe my voice has remained unchanged since then, too.
Okay. Und dann hatten wir noch, genau, was ist dein Purpose? Aus welchem Grund bist du hier? Also, was ist dein Sinn? Wobei, das weißt du ja selber nicht, ne? Nicht mehr.
I don't know. I never knew. Not before coming here, and certainly not after. You already know I'm some sort of a guardian here. I keep watching over everyone who enters this beach, up to the moment their souls get absorbed. In a way, my current purpose here is you. Time to enter another reality.
Ja, erstmal sich noch ein paar Schirme. Außerdem hier ist das Licht mal anders. Das ist schön. Den Schirm noch wahrscheinlich nicht, oder? Aha. Die 140 mache ich noch voll. Nope. Nicht geklappt. So, jetzt können wir wechseln. Ja, Ed hier. Hier könnte Ihre Werbung stehen. stürmisch.
We're back on the original beach, the place it all started. But something's different. You can feel it too.
Der Wind hat aufgefrischt. Außerdem sind wir noch beim Weihnachtsbaum.
Here are the last few remaining objects that I've been keeping from you. May they turn out to be what you finally need to escape this place.
Wow. Boombox, ja! Oh, hier, Weihnachtsbaum. Ein Haus. Erzählst du mir was dazu?
This is a dollhouse. Since you won't be able to peek inside, you may try imagining what life feels like here. Surely, it must be a shitty experience to be confined inside a space that you're never able to leave of your own accord. Kind of what you're experiencing right now. You're just a toy inside my cute little dollhouse, and you are completely at my mercy.
Ist richtig.
When I was little, I had a dollhouse just like this one. I loved taking care of my dolls, brushing their hair, and dressing them up. But those days are long gone. The only thing I have right now is your company. Please don't disappoint me.
Das ist sehr bedauerlich für dich. Katze! Katze streicheln! Katze! Lass mich zur Katze! Lass mich laufen! Spiel, lass mich laufen! Katze! Schade, ich nicht mehr springen kann.
This is a cat statue. I bet you would prefer it if it were a real cat instead, wouldn't you? However, I would never subject another living being to the beach. This is an experience reserved for you alone.
Okay. Aber immerhin,
I used to have a cat, back when I was still someone. He was my best friend, constantly by my side through every adversity. Regrettably, we were separated when I was transported here. I can only hope nothing bad has happened to him after the fact. It would break my already dissolved heart.
wow, weiter geht's. Was ist das? Ich kann es nicht erkennen, wenn es schon dunkel wird. Was ist das? Erzähl mir, was ist das? Ist es ein Höschen? Nein, oder? Was ist das? Ein Rinderkopf. Oh mein Gott. Warum? Das macht gar keinen Sinn.
This is a bullhead mount. Personally, I find the practice of killing innocent animals and showcasing them a little disturbing. I don't think anyone deserves such treatment. And yet, what I'm doing to you right now is so much worse, in a way. Would you rather be in that bullhead's place right now? Or are you fine just the way you are? Walking aimlessly on an empty beach, listening to some vaguely threatening voice, encountering weird artifacts dropped by God knows who. You should think carefully about your life choices.
Warte. Mo! Der Kreis ist aber schön. Der Kreis ist aber wirklich schön. Jetzt nicht mehr. Schade. Lecker. Oh, wow! Komm doch nicht direkt vor mir runter, Mann! Was soll das? Noch mehr Gegenstände? Puppenhaus? Ein Würfel. Komm, das gibt bestimmt mal rumschaffen.
This is a six-sided die. It must have been dropped by a gambling addict or someone who really enjoys board games. I'm neither of those, I'm afraid. But I've met many people who were obsessed with probabilities. Some of them thought this was a game and were trying to calculate their exact chances of escaping the beach. They were mistaken. This is not a game. And like I already told you, the chances are impossibly slim. It's significantly more likely that you roll 6, hundreds, or even thousands of times in succession. So don't bother with the odds. Try escaping despite them. You've now seen all objects I have access to. I'm sorry if they weren't what you expected. I'm sorry if they bore you. As much as I hate the expression, it is what it is. You've also been to various alternate realms, all of them transitional, all of them beaches. Wherever you go, there is always a beach. The details are irrelevant. Only the big picture matters. What happens next? I don't know. No one has ever gotten that far before. The other souls that have wandered those beaches have been assimilated rather quickly. You already saw their messages, warning you of the fate that will inevitably befall you. Actually, they seem to have one final hint for you. One last sliver of collective wisdom. But I must first ask, what kind of hint do you want it to be?
A big, a small, the biggest. Ich glaube, ich finde einen kleinen Hinweis. Hoffentlich ist er nicht zu klein, aber irgendwie einen kleinen Hinweis.
Here you go. A small hint. In terms of actual size, that is. I cannot speak of its actual quality, though.
Und wenn ich den großen nehmen will? Wie groß ist der dann? Was kriege ich dann? Weniger ist mehr.
Here you go. A big hint. In terms of actual size, that is. I cannot speak of its actual quality, though.
Ja, und jetzt nehme ich mal noch den größten.
Here you go. The biggest hint possible. In terms of actual size, that is. I cannot speak of its actual quality, though.
Und es gab nochmal eine Errungenschaft. Nothing left to say.
Less is more, huh? Does this message apply to your current predicament? Or to my meditation attempts, I wonder? Or maybe to both?
Nothing left to say. Explore all dialogue options.
I've shown you all I know of. All objects I have access to. All alternate beaches that exist. All my desperation and frustration. The rest is up to you. I can tell you don't have much time left. The beach is eager to claim you. None of what you see before your eyes is under my command any longer. I can't stop this process or slow it down. You have to figure this out yourself. In the end, I couldn't be of much help to you. But I did enjoy our time together. Dare I say, I even like you. Thank you for being patient with me. It mustn't have been easy. Don't stop trying. Never surrender. Escape the beach.
No escape. Don't bother. It's too late. Welcome to hell.
Don't stop moving, no matter what.
Okay. Aber... Wow! Ich wollte den Fernseher nochmal. No matter what. Okay, ich laufe einfach weiter. Nein, ich kann nicht auf. Ich kann nicht weiter. Don't bother. Ich kann nicht weiter. Manu. You're out of time. You thought taking action was the way forward. You were wrong. Every choice you made was inconsequential. Resistance was your undoing. All before you made the same mistake. Your consciousness starts slipping away. You're now one with the beach.
I'm sorry.
Bad ending! I gave it my all and it still wasn't enough. Reach the bad ending. Was? Warum? Unzufrieden. Ja, das war Folge 1 von Escape the Beach. Ich versuch's gleich nochmal mit einem anderen Ansatz. Aber erst einmal sage ich danke fürs Dabeisein bis hierhin. Und wir sehen uns in Folge 2 wieder. Bis dahin. Ciao.